live in session here on BBC Radio 6 Music. That's Stornoway and Fuel Up. Thanks very much for being here. And that's a song I know you've played a fair few times. I first saw you play that at Glastonbury 2010, and it never goes bad to my ears, and indeed to my very core. And it's good that you're playing it still with such joy and verve. That song.
Oh, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Now, and there's a new album as well, which is fantastic stuff. A really good record, Dig the Mountain. We heard the title number earlier. We should explain the percussion at the beginning of that particular number. Adam provided the percussion, and what was he doing?
He's got a pickaxe, albeit quite a small one,
right,
and a trowel from the garden and some gravel from my driveway of fine Welsh gravel, and a bucket which he's gradually making a hole in the bottom of. And it's we've had a lot of fun with this album and with this song in particular, digging away really, and just playing, having a lot of play really. It's a song about my son Evan, and it's about when he was younger. He used to wake me up in the morning in this horrific way, basically come into the bedroom chanting, "Dig, dig the mountain blood," and then pull off the duvet, and basically that was the start of the day. You know, that was it. And
he must have got that from somewhere, though. Why was he?
You'd hope so.
I think I should be crediting really on the songwriting there. But yeah, he does come up with these amazing. I think half the album is written by my son, to be honest.
I tell you what's really worrying for me, having somebody right behind me with a pickaxe.
Yeah,
but it's the first time I've had that in session, so I've definitely got my eye on you, mate.
The new album is the latest stage and a key stage of your return, and I think reading about it, you've all benefited from Stornoway not being around for a bit. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was kind of. Yeah, I mean, we
consciously uncoupled.
Yeah, it felt like it was time. We were sort of drifting geographically and getting involved with other projects, and I personally threw myself into nature conservation and had a young family at that stage, and it sort of felt like that was time to call it a day. And really, I guess we've realised how much we missed it, because I think it was the creative process that has drawn us back together. We'd been performing for a while, since writing the last album a good 8 years ago or so, but it was actually, rediscovering songwriting and how much joy that brought us and how much fun we had with that made us realise we've got to do this again. And
it's getting the songs together as well that was part of that. And again, not wishing to overplay the story around this, though. Well, actually, I could overemphasise it. So some of the songs were put together in a shed, teetering on a cliffside on the Gower Peninsula. Am I overplaying it?
Slightly.
Oh, good. Okay,
but yeah, it's all made in our sheds, really. In fact, it's the first time we've made an album completely remote from each other. So John's shed in Oxford, my shed in Gower, and Ollie in London. And then actually drums were recorded in Berlin, and it got mixed by a chap called Mike Lindsay in Margate. And we still haven't met Mike yet, and it's just all been done remotely. But yeah,
he's a nice man.
Yes.
He is a nice
seems
man.
a very nice man.
Yeah, I can back him up on that. Yeah, I can be a character reference if you want. But also beyond that, you made a schoolboy error, or you all did, in splitting up. There's no point in splitting up, right? Go on a hiatus, because when you come back, you don't look daft. It's like when you leave a party, you go, "I'm going now, bye everybody," and then your cab doesn't come, and then 5 minutes later, you're like, "Hello, everybody. It's me again."
Especially daft.
So yeah, hiatus. If you just want to warm down for a little bit, take it easy. Go on a hiatus. Don't make a big statement about splitting up. Don't work.
We looked especially daft because we played at WOMAD last year, and it was our second or third farewell show. We'd basically put out a farewell show live album, and we were gonna play at WOMAD to celebrate that years before, and then the pandemic hit, and we postponed it again and again. And by the time we actually got to WOMAD, we were already, halfway through making an album, and all these people were, coming and weeping in the crowd, and it felt somewhat awkward.
You've had more farewell tours than Soft Cell.
It's like or Frank Sinatra, I was going to say, but there's. So you kept it. Did you not mention the fact you were working on a new record at that point to comfort them?
We couldn't. All the press was around it being the last show ever.
I understand.
Yeah.
Frauds.
The next last show.
And you've been playing last night. Where were you?
In Oxford at the Truck Record store. It's a really good but quite small store, and it sold out multiple times over. So they upgraded us across the road to the Bullingdon, which is a really nice little club that we last played about 15 years ago. So it was a few hundred people who'd pre-ordered the record, all based in Oxford. And
Okay, and did that turn it from what was going to be an in-store gig into a full-blown experience?
pretty much, but we did take a sort of acoustic arrangements approach with it. So we showed a different kind of side to the arrangements that people are going to be able to see on the tour that we do next month.
Can I just mention a story that probably does follow you around? And I need to thank John Cole here for prodding me in the right direction. No, I did do some research on you. I know it doesn't sound like it, but so the name Tim Bearder.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a BBC Oxford, BBC introducing presenter who was so keen on Stornoway that he locked himself in the studio and played your music non-stop for an hour.
Then got sacked.
And then he got suspended, I think. So
Sorry, Tim.
if he did it the second time round, he might have got sacked.
He went on hiatus, yeah.
Did you give him a credit on an album or anything? You must have surely mentioned him in dispatches.
I think we gave him an album.
What, mates rates, was it?
Yeah.
And this is how you date yourself in reaction to that story. I said, in reaction to it, that's a bit of a Rex Bob Lowenstein. Does that ring any bells with any of Stornoway? No, I don't. It's not.
Is it an anagram?
It can be, if you like.
Oh, I've already got quotation mark. I don't have a bloody anagram as well tonight. Like me at school.
It was a record by Mark Gemino from about 1980 something or other.
Fair enough, mate.
So, thus it drifts away. Thanks for this session, and I hope you're getting a good feeling about how many people are delighted to see you back and anticipating this new record and the touring as well. And indeed, you are sharing in that anticipation.
We're loving it. I mean, it's been such a amazing, a shock to us really to just find that people are still there and are still, listening. And we put a show on sale in the spring, a comeback show, and it sold out. And we just, we were so blown away. And it's been amazing reaction so far. And just feel very lucky to be able to get back to what we were doing so quickly.
More power to you. Okay, well, do you want to play a couple of numbers? What's the first one going to be?
This is called Trouble with the Green. Red first, red for the sun. Brush it on thick, see it drip, drip, dripping down. Bright red, straight from the heart. Build it up slow, the horizon starting to show. Pure gold, needles of gold. Weave them in thin for the sunbeams shooting through. The white page I'm painting for you. Mixing up the colors of your troubles. I know you got trouble with the green, giving you the blues. Mix it with the white and the colors are bright again. Trouble with the white led you to the black.